When you are talking about the Ghana music industry, there have been a lot of era. Just like in the 19th, you have the Lumba, Kojo Antwi, Obrafour, and Amachi Dede. In this era, if you don't love high life, then I think you ain't born then. Because high life was everything. High life is a song that tells your story. High life is a song that actually narrates a Ghanaian man or a Ghanaian woman story. In this era, there's nothing like rap. And when you try doing rap, nobody understands it. Because high life is here to stay. Then in the 2000s, you have the likes of Reggie Rockstone, Tinny, Obrafour, Dogo, and a lot more. This era was when rap was introduced. And to whom introduced it in the country is something that have never been found. People say it was introduced by Ambule, in which Sarkodie and some other rappers back with this argument. And others too says it was introduced by Ambule, which is also backed by One Love the Kubolo. So until now and forever, we still don't know who brought rap game or this rap thing in Ghana. But we, as the fans, we don't normally care about who introduced this rap thing in the country. The only thing we care is that we have dope rappers in here. Then around the 2010s, we have the rise of the Tema Boys, in which we have Sarkodie and Antwi standing tall as the main stars from Tema. This era was the era everybody was loving what the Tema guys were doing. With their rap styles, it became a theme on the streets. There's nowhere you go and you never find Kasahari. Within a short possible time, most guys started doing rap because they loved everything that was coming from Tema. Most guys, including my friends, started rapping just because of what the Tema guys were doing with their rap. Then somewhere around 2012, we have the era of Shatta Wale and Stonebwoy. With them, we have the variation of feeling the main dancehall thing, although it was there, with the likes of Samini and Sonny Bali. But with the likes of Shatta Wale and Stonebwoy, the dancehall thing was something different in the era of the 2012, 2013, 2014 till now. There have been a lot of memorable moments between these two guys. When I'm talking about this, then I'm talking about what happened at the 20th anniversary of the Vodafone Ghana Music Award in 2019. With what happened at that time, we still don't know who is at fault. When you ask the Beam Nation, they say it's Shatta Wale. And when you have the SM, they say it's Stonebwoy. So for you to get a fair judgment, it's just based on your opinion. Me talking about their memorable moments. There was one show which they even performed together on one same stage. Then they also did a clash at the Asakaa Sound Clash in 2020, as well as they have been together in so many places. Then somewhere around 2015, the love of hip-hop was back, with Medical and Shatta being introduced in the music industry. With this era, if you don't love hip-hop, then I don't know what you did in that era. Because we got big songs like D-Money, The Finish Line, Papi Kojo with Wilano, Joey with Wave. He also was in there with his back-to-back rap thing, and also came up with All Black, which featured Joey B and Papi Kojo. With this era, it was full of hip-hop thing. With these hip-hop things, there was more comparison between Sarkodie, M.anifest, and EL. But within this time, EL was more dominating in this rap thing. He made rapping in English become more popular within this time. And not forgetting Omar Sterling. When Omar Sterling dropped his 1990 song, more people start jumping on it and start comparing him with Sarkodie. And others say he rap better than Sarkodie based on their own opinion. But the comparison of EL and Sarkodie was more critical then, which depends on what you relate to. Most people who related to that English vibe song was more based on EL, and those people who related to the more tree rap song was at the back of Sarkodie. So within this era, it was based on what you are related to. Then with the comparison, Sarkodie decided to drop a song to scare those rappers that they are being compared to him. So he dropped a song with the title Bossy, in which he dissed most rappers, but legends may say he dissed EL in person. But for this song to get interesting, he ended his last verse with M to do, which is a term of or for manifest. So with the love of violence, Manifest took a fight that was not for him. He dropped a diss song with the title God the MC to this Sarkodie. Then about 2 or 3 days, Sarkodie replied with counter. But to whom or who win this beef, it's just based on the fan base, as well as what you are related to, just like Sarkodie and EL. But with my side of story, or people who were gathered to me or around me, most people said Manifest won. So in my area, Manifest won. So just based on in some areas, Sarkodie won. So it's just based on where you are located or where you find yourself. But this era in the music in Ghana is one of the best era. So if you never witnessed this, then you have missed a lot in this music industry. Then somewhere around 2016-2017, there was a variation of talent. Ebony spearheads up in this era, along with the Kesse, which are Kuami Eugene, Kidi, King Promise, Kelvin Boy, and Kofi Mole. Then from nowhere around 2018, there was that Lememe gang who came up with that trap thing. In this era, there was no kind of trap in this music industry, although a lot may argue that they were doing it. But with the likes of Lememe gang, a trap song became a thing in the country. Although this trap thing never lasts long in this music industry, but this era was the era that will make you feel like you are an American born, because now it did go on. Wow. Everybody who was trying to do this rap thing was being twice a guy. Then in 2020, when the corona hit and everywhere was on lockdown, the American drill was born. Within this time, the music industry have grown. There was a variation of listeners, but these guys tried to make everyone love this new thing in the industry. Most rappers started to do that kind of drill thing. The drill was everywhere, that even your favorite rapper started to jump on drill beats. Maybe unless you are M.anifest, but most rappers jump on this. With this drill, a lot of young talents were born, with the likes of Yauto, Reggie, Kawabanga, Okenet, Sean Lifer, J-Bad, which is my favorite of all time, with this American thing, City Boy, and a lot more make their names with this American thing. With this, I've tried to write the generation of this, but I still can't find the trace way to the back, or how the whole thing started. But with them, they really create a huge impact in the music industry, and also tell their story that Americans can do their own thing without coming to Accra. With this, the Ghana music industry have come far. Now we have more hardcore rappers, young reggae dancehall artists, and more Afrobeat artists, as well as high life artists. The music industry is good though, but there's a lot of problems in the music industry, and the problem is going global with our music thing, making the other world hear about us. Black Sheriff is one generational talent that is doing much for this music industry just with his talent. But me going back to the problems in this music industry, it's just based on each person's opinion. Nobody knows what is really happening in this music industry and why our music is not going as far as we want it to go. As at now, we are still waiting for a Grammy type of artist. It is in our conversations, but to whom or who that will take us to that level, it's what we are still waiting on. But for me, Ghana music have come very far. With that being said, thank you for watching Sinless production. Kindly subscribe. If you are listening to me on Audiomack, kindly follow me, and Spotify, do the same as well. Follow me when you are watching it on Facebook, as well as on TikTok, and also on Instagram. Do the same thing. Follow me and like the video. See you on the next update.